Family is fun, but it can get a little complicated, right?
But it's also where the real engaging stories are.
Here, there's no filter, no lies, just straight family talk.
My name is Hlelo.
And I'm Ntando.
Join us for Gifted.
You in?
The gift of youth is in the building.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Gifted with Hlelo and Ntando. I'm Hlelo, this is Ntando, and our guest today is the coolest youth on the planet. He's 22 years old and he goes by the name of
Our nephew.
Our nephew, yes. Our nephew, yes. But you may know him as Stero, the hip-hop hero. We just call him Langa.
Yeah.
Because he's that nephew that just brings sunshine into our lives.
He does.
Welcome, Langa.
Welcome, Langa.
Thanks, Aunts.
Yeah, so I'm sure the gifties are excited because they hear Langa all the time. If it's not Moody, it's Langa.
Yes.
And we have finally brought him here. Welcome. Thanks for joining us, Langa.
Yeah, no, thanks. Thanks for having me. This is my favorite podcast. So
Oh, really?
I'm very excited, very excited.
Yeah.
I think Moody's very stressed out because she's doing my job today.
Yeah,
so
she's doing sound and she's doing camera today.
Yeah.
But this was the easy one because it was like, do we bring you or do we bring Wendy? And we were like, you're better than her. But yeah, anyway, we won't get to it.
No, I hate this for you, Wendy. I will not.
Wendy, don't turn off my mic, please. Okay? Look at that.
Or the camera.
Exactly. So I'm Langa.
yes.
But actually, thank you for making, because I know, like, out of everybody in the family, I'm actually I am so shocked that you actually even agreed to be here, because he's really, isn't he like one of the quiet ones in the family?
You are probably the coolest, the calmest,
Yeah.
the most collected nephew of ours.
Yes,
And probably out of
definitely.
all of them, the nieces and the nephews.
Yes.
But there's something that I really admire about you as well. It's you have your head screwed on the right way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where'd you get your focus from, dog?
Obviously, it comes from both my parents.
Yeah.
My parents are very cool, very open-minded, but at the same time, they're very strict. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's also just important for me to set a good example as well, because there's a lot of us in the house.
Yeah.
And
Right.
I've got 1, 2, 3 younger siblings. You get what I'm saying? So I also kind of need to make sure that, I'm on top of things.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I try my best to make sure that I'm setting that example for them, so they can also learn and instill those things inside of them as well. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's where it comes from.
Okay, cool. So a quick spin. You work with your aunts. We've been working on this podcast for
Yes.
about a year.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you as a young person, like I've noticed when we say certain things, even you and Moody are like, oh, Auntie Hlelo, that's so cringe.
Don't say that.
That's so millennial of you. Yes, you guys always do it. What's the one thing that we do, Langa, that you like, these two are
It's a dead
old?
giveaway.
It's a dead
that we're no longer youth.
Yes.
No, I mean, to be honest, I feel like Mwedi's mentioned it, but I haven't really had that. Have I ever said to you, this is cringe, or please
No.
don't? No, I haven't really had that.
But think about it this way. You know why? Because Langa doesn't talk much.
Right.
Moody conversates a lot. So he won't pick it up that much, because with Langa, I literally just like share memes and gifs and stuff with him, and and videos. But with Moody, when I'm sending him, I send her messages. So there is room to respond,
Yeah,
but have I
true.
ever sent you like a message, or because Nwedi was talking about it earlier, she says we send like such cringe content, like when we share like TikToks and DMs. I'm like, I think I'm pretty cool. Like, I think I'm funny. I think I've got a great personality. You know what I'm saying?
I can't remember who sent me the reel the other day.
Yeah.
It was a reel of I think it was a BMW M8 being wrapped in
It
blue.
was me.
It was you. What was the context of that? Because I watched that video.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so what are you just showing me the car? Like, what were you actually showing me in that video? Because I was confused.
No, I was just thinking, wow, I didn't know that you could foil wrap a car and make it a different color.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah. Is that
No.
a thing?
Yeah, it's called a wrap.
Would you ever do that?
I would. Well, it's cheaper than repainting your car, and also it's less commitment because you just take it off.
It's like a decal, right? Like a removable decal.
Exactly.
Oh, I thought
exactly.
that was, I literally, my mind was blown. It was literally like picture a car, and
Right.
they literally just put foil on a car. Not really foil, but like it's like cling wrap. But it's like a different color. So if you have like a white car, you just put a different wrap, and the car like is blue from white.
That's so cool.
You had to see it. I thought it was.
My only thing is that you send things without context. So sometimes I'm like,
Gosh.
But the
It's
video
giving
is,
mom.
what do you mean, guys?
It's giving mom.
The video is the context.
no, but you see, now you've actually given me context because now you're
I think it's
saying
cool.
you didn't know that wrapping cars was a
Yeah.
thing. So when I saw the video,
Yeah.
and I didn't actually like the wrap on the car, so I was like, okay, is she showing me this whack wrap? Or like,
But I'm thinking it's cool that time. Okay, that was a dead giveaway. Okay, maybe I'm not that cool after all.
Please, can we speak about car content? Because I have some really cool memories of you, Langa, when you were a little boy.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got an audience today. So we've got Langa's mom off screen.
Hey, Dom.
So, okay.
It's a live studio audience today.
Yes.
It's home, guys. You know we're always home. The gifties know we're always home. Hey, B.
Hey.
Thanks for hosting us.
Check this out, guys. When Langa was young, he was obsessed with cars, but obsessed to the final degree of
Yeah,
obsession.
it was a lot.
Right? So he knew every car. You knew every car.
And he was a baby.
no,
He was like
was
1
hectic.
and 2 years old.
Yes. So I have a car story. I don't know. I think I tell you the story all the time, but
It's for the
a
gifties now.
This is for you, the gifties.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was about 19 years old, right? The cars we got for our birthday was Unos, right? So I drove an Uno for about a year or two, right? Maybe almost, maybe 3 years,
yeah,
right?
somewhere there too.
So now I go to Langa. I'm like, yo, Steve, Auntie's about to come on up. I'm on the come up. I'm getting a new ride, yo. And obviously, you were probably like 1 or 2 years old. That's how obsessed you were with the car, right? Or with cars. And I came to you and I said to you, Langa, Auntie Hlelo is about to get a car. And it's coming on Friday. Because I knew I'd go collect the car on Friday. So, and I was like, when I get the car, I'm going to come to your house and we're going to ride in my car, right? The car was a Citroen, okay? C2 back in the day. Those who know, right? So I get the car at Langa Ntando. I'm excited, right? I drive to your house. I arrive and excitement, because now you need to understand, I've worked hard and I've been saving for so long. I arrived there and the look on your face was like,
it was like,
and I looked at you, I was like, Langa,
here's the car.
Here's Auntie's
Brand
new
new.
car. This is my brand new car. And you were like, Auntie Hlelo, is this the car? I'm like, yes, this is the car that I saved up months for. And you were like, but it doesn't even have 4 exhausts.
and you were like,
no, I was
what?
very obsessed with like if a car must have 4 exhausts. Like honestly, I mean even to this day, I'm not okay. To this day, I'm not as picky, but I have a similar story with my mom actually.
Right.
When we were staying in Yeovil.
Right.
And she had just bought a BMW. I think it was a 3 Series, the maroon one.
Yes.
So we go upstairs because now you know how the complex is set up, right? So the cars are down there, like you can see them from the balcony. So my mom comes to me and she's like, I just bought a new car. But now we're standing in her bedroom.
Yeah.
Right? So she tells me like, come to the window, come and look. And I saw the car and I'm just like, it doesn't even have 4 exhausts.
Like, don't come here with me with that. Like, don't come to me with that.
Literally.
What are you talking about?
Look, that was the sentiment. If a car doesn't have 4 exhausts, then honestly, don't buy it.
So
don't buy it. But to this day, like I'm going to be honest with you, I'm still kind of that person because I love cars so much. And when they always ask me like, what do you want your first car to be? And then I look and I'm like, probably some kind of BMW, you know?
It
Doesn't have to
probably
be
will
a 4-pipe or whatever, but
you'll accept
but
one.
it must be a BMW, like at least.
Yeah.
You know, like if I can't afford a Beamer, I'll Uber.
Yeah.
But until then,
No, that's cool.
Langa, your standards are way up there. Damn.
No, and I don't even necessarily think it's a high standard. I think it's just the passion.
It is
like,
the way
I just
you
love cars.
And
you
it's
know?
your aspiration. I think because it's been a dream for so long.
Yeah.
You know. I mean, I wanna just to speak about that a little bit because you're 22 years old. I think you've actually achieved quite a lot in your 22 years.
Yeah, definitely.
You've been rapping for literally almost a decade, right? For those who don't know, what's your handle, Steve?
Stereo_GOD.
Okay, we'll just write it there, right?
Yeah,
so
whatever.
to figure out what you want to do, because it's Youth Month, right? To figure out what you want to do so soon in your life must be kind of weird because I only figured it out in like my mid-20s. I was probably around about your age.
Yeah.
How did you know that this is actually what I want to do? Like, I just remember the one time coming to your house and I knew you were passionate about music, right? But I will remember coming to your crib and you were like, no, you're rapping now, you know?
Yeah.
So how do you figure that out so quick? And to see you now still on the same trajectory, only, you know, getting more confident, bigger, bolder and stronger. How did you figure out your gifts so soon?
To be honest, I don't know, but it also wasn't a thing that kind of happened overnight, you know? Because I mean, obviously I've been surrounded by music
your whole life.
Yeah,
you know.
definitely.
Facts.
So,
Facts.
I mean, already that plays a huge part in the journey. You get what I'm saying? But I actually remember the day when I realized that I want to make music, and it was at our old house. I was actually with Koko and Auntie Bianca. I think this is 2012?
Yeah.
2012 or 2011. And I was watching TV.
Jeez.
And then Koko randomly asked me, like, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Wow.
And I was like, I thought of it for a bit because I had wanted to be many things. I wanted to be a racing driver. I wanted to be a soldier.
Everybody wanted to be a soldier. Ntando wanted to be a soldier at some point.
Yeah, one of my other Kokos told me that's not happening. Like that one is off the table. Don't even try it. Yeah, but I was watching a music channel. And I was like, no man, I actually want to try the music thing.
Wow.
You know? So yeah. I mean, I guess since then, let's see, 2011 to 2014, I didn't really dabble in it much. Obviously, I was still in school and whatever.
You're right.
But then obviously I had my own issues at school. Then it came to a point where I actually just started writing more and more and more and more and more. And then 2014 was when I recorded my first song. Like, it was a group of us who all recorded the song. It wasn't like a song that we were going to release or whatever. Dad just brought the equipment from the office. He was like,
Okay,
I've got the
cool.
computer, I've got the mic, so let's... Yeah, so I think 2015, that's when I was really like, that's when I was really like writing rhymes and doing all these things. And I was like, okay, this is
You're
the thing
locking
that I
in.
really want to do. So, you know, it just came naturally. It just came naturally. But, or let me not say but. I was so busy with, I mean, obviously there was school and whatever. Then 2016 dropped out and then I could do the music full time and that's like all I was doing. You get what I'm saying? But as I've grown more, I've also started to branch out and do other things as well.
Yeah.
You know.
Are you done? Oh, sorry.
yeah,
Let me not cut you off because because I'm really interested. Yeah.
Yeah, so I started doing other things as well. I mean, the music obviously is still like the main thing that I do, but not as much as I used to back then.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, starting out at a young age was like, it's like I said, it came naturally, but also as I grew, I also started to find myself more.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So, yeah.
But I can also commend you for this bit of just for the person that you are, because I feel like, you know, when you like in the entertainment industry and you are a musician and you're a male musician, I think you were speaking about it. Now you asked him about like where does he get his temperament from and the discipline, and I feel proud as an aunt that I haven't. Well, I don't know if you're going there yet, but I feel proud as your aunt to not have to listen to your lyrics and feel like I can't share them, You know, like when you drop a song, I feel proud. Like I don't feel embarrassed to share your music with others. Do you know what I'm saying?
Content.
Or and I don't feel like ashamed to see you on a music video and you've got like some 19-year-old girl booty hopping in your music videos. Unless that's where
that's the end goal, Langa. Talk to us now. It's youth man.
The end goal, but
it's youth man.
Like it makes me proud as an aunt to watch your wholesome music videos that you have created. And I think a lot of people don't know that you actually create your own music videos. You shoot them and you come up with the concepts. And I think that's so dope.
It's kind of commendable.
Yeah, and remember now you're into cars and you're into like fast cars and obviously they're all very flashy. And I would assume that one day, obviously, maybe those are the things that you like. But just as an aunt, I'm just very proud, like that you're not. It's like a typical, like a stereotype of what a hip hop musician is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not to bash any other people that are doing that, but I'm just speaking from an aunt's perspective. Do you know what I mean?
Also, what were you rapping about then, 10 years ago, and then what are you rapping about now at 22?
You know, that's so interesting. So the other day, I was actually thinking to myself, like, yo. Back then, I only used to, let me not say only, so there were two things that I used to rap about.
Okay.
First is love, and second is how much I love hip-hop. You get what I'm saying? Basically those two things. But over the years, I found myself not necessarily distancing myself from that, but like in recent times, I've kind of just wanted to have fun, like just an experiment more. You get what I'm saying? Because I also don't want to be stuck in a bubble.
Yeah.
You know?
Don't box yourself.
And the thing about it is, because I was homeschooled, because I did drop out of school, essentially I was in a bubble my whole teenage life. You get what I'm saying? So there's also been a lot of things that I've been trying to absorb from the outside, you know, because it did get to a point where I felt like my music is getting boring, even though the content is like it's not explicit content or whatever it is, you know, even though like, yes, it is like productive. You get what I'm saying? But it was boring because I was like, I'm rapping about the same things here, you know? So lately I've literally been experimenting. Like, I think out of the last 3 tracks that I wrote, I really only wrote lyrics for the one. And the other 2, I was just in studio listening to beats that I wouldn't usually write to or whatever. And I would just kind of like freestyle to the beat. And then whatever came out is whatever came out. So right now I'm having more fun with it, you know?
I love it.
And Uncle Q, Uncle Q and Uncle 40, so let me tell you, Uncle Q told me back in the day, he's like, yo, I don't want to hear that conscious, man. I'm tired of hearing that. Literally, he was like, yo, I'm tired of... And this is actually after I dropped Black is Beautiful. So this is 2017. That was the first... He heard that song, then he's like, okay, it's nice, but I don't want to hear that conscious like for your whole career. You get what I'm saying? And then Uncle Fortune recently was like, yo, actually, even my dad was like, bro, do something else. You get what I'm saying? So it's definitely very important for me to branch out and just do the things that I haven't really done before.
Like I love that, to do something new.
So.
Okay, so who do you want to collaborate with? Like, in terms of the...
Yeah. And like this is like the wish list of notes. Like, don't hold back.
There's a couple of people. Right now, I think... So there's another converse also. His name is Yolo Phonic. He's a DJ, but he's a producer as well. He's really, really dope. I sent him some stuff last week. So, yeah, definitely want to collab with him.
That's so dope.
Who else? There's a couple of people. I mean, the guy I did Summertime with, Lee K. Boy. I definitely want to do some more stuff with him as well. And then, there's obviously some A-lists. I don't know if I want to mention... You don't want to name drop. I don't want to name drop.
You don't want to jinx them either, I guess. You don't want to jinx the opportunity, I guess.
No, I don't know. I just don't wanna.
Yeah, but also Langa's that type of a guy. What I also love about Langa is Langa likes to work in silence.
I
commend you for that. I commend you for that. You know, a lot of people. I even feel, even though I'm my age, even older, they always feel the need to tell people what they're up to. Watch this space.
This is like, what I'm doing next.
Yeah.
Can we also just normalize walking in silence? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody doesn't have to know everything that you're up to. Langa's the type of. I remember when you got your driver's license. I didn't know you even went for your learner's license.
Yeah, no, that was.
Yeah, it was just like, I got my
remember.
license. I was like, and then Ilana's with Tolenin. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's even with Gogo and Dada, that's what they love about you also, is that thing of, you know when to keep quiet and you know when to speak. Even me, like I give you my undivided attention when you decide to talk. Because you know the others, they just talk and talk and talk and talk. You know how it is. But like when you speak, I listen, not only because you have more important things to say than the other nephews and nieces. It's because you really do. And then when you do, I'm like, okay, now I'm interested because I just want to hear what you have to say. You know what I mean?
That's true.
But I love it. Even when you went on your Brazil trip, we didn't know you were going on a Brazil trip till you got your passport. And then you were like, I'm going to Brazil. And then
tomorrow.
you know?
Yeah.
But like, is there something to that though? What's your thinking process? Because you're young, like, you know, like the youth is,
because
all
you guys
about,
are always posting everything
yeah,
right
the
here,
youth
right
post
now.
everything that they do. Like we know their morning routines, we know their skin routines, we know their everything. What's your, why do you think the way that you do? What is that?
I don't know. Hey, like I don't know, and I don't know who I get it from.
Yeah.
Because my dad is not like that.
Yeah.
My uncles are not like that. So
Yeah, no, not at all.
I don't know. I think generally I'm just a very shy person. And
Shy. You get that from
Are
Langa.
you shy?
guys, I'm shy.
Really, Langa?
Yes.
So how do you? I don't get it.
How do
I
you
don't
go
get
and
it.
perform on stages and stuff?
you're
How does that
shy, I
happen?
don't know.
How does that work?
Well, there it's do or die. I mean, the people are waiting
Yeah,
for
it
you.
is do
So
or die. Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It
but-
definitely is.
I don't know. I'm a shy person.
Yeah,
And I
okay.
think I've always been, but I think also ever since homeschooling, it kind of amplified that. You get what I'm saying?
yeah.
So,
That.
yeah, but I don't know. Sometimes I like to be in my own world. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
I get it.
even though like I am a very observant person. So like we can all be sitting and I'll be listening to the conversations and whatever, but I don't know. Like the thing is, I can't even explain it. It's just how I am.
Yeah,
You know,
I
like
get
I
it.
can't even give a reason as to why that's how I am.
Yeah.
But I know that. Okay, in primary school, I was very shy. That's one thing that I know. So I think it definitely stems from there, you know. And really, that's all it is. Because it's not like I don't have things to say.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, everyone's got something to say, you get what I'm saying? But I don't know. I just like to kind of keep to myself and just be in my own space. Not necessarily physically, but, you know.
Like mentally.
Yeah, like...
But I love that because I remember just being with... I remember there was a time I was with... with Langa in the room. I can't remember. We were just hanging out. Like the entire family was together. But
Right.
then I ended up with Langa in the room. It was just me and him. Yo, it was the best moment ever. Because I don't like to talk either.
Oh, and we were quiet.
And we were just quiet. Me and Langa were just
It was
sitting.
like-
Was it peaceful?
It was,
It
can
was
I tell
peace.
you, it was so nice. I think you and Willie had left the room. I was like, I was like, okay, the talkers have left the building. Thank you. Now we can just sit here and just have silence. And we sat like for probably like an hour. And I sat, and I think the only time we actually said something to each other was just to check, are you cool?
Yeah, are you cool?
And
Are
you
still
asked
alive?
me, I remember you actually
Yeah.
asked me, like, Langa, you fine? I'm like, yeah, are you?
Yeah, because I just have to check codes. Because you know what I'm saying? Because I'm used to being with you guys all the
Right.
time. So now I must check, okay, are you cool? Are you cool? Cool. And then my spirit was at peace. I was like, I'm in the room with someone and I don't have to say anything. You know what I mean? I love that.
No, I really love that about you as well.
Yeah.
Langa, earlier when you're talking about the problems at school, were you talking about the time with the afro? Is it the afro story? Having your afro at school?
Yeah.
What story? What's the issue there? Because I remember when you were a kid, you had an afro, and at your school they didn't allow you to have the afro. What's that story there?
Yeah, nah. So,
I mean, if you want to
obviously-
talk about it.
no, yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously there's the rules, right? For like your uniform must be neat, your hair must be tidy, all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And it's actually crazy that schools today still have those rules. Like I genuinely cannot believe it. Like it actually still infuriates me.
Which
like
rule
when
specifically?
I see the hair rule.
Yeah.
Like you can't have your dreads, you can't have your afro. Like you must cut them if it gets too long.
Doesn't make sense.
Like it
doesn't make
it
any
makes
sense.
no sense, bro. Like
Yeah.
and
But you're allowed weave at school. I've seen the girlies are rocking weave.
Yeah.
It's like, it doesn't make any sense.
It literally makes no sense. So when I was in primary school and high school, well, the 6 months that I was in high school, obviously I've had my afro basically my whole life, right? So
It's like your trademark. It's adorable.
yeah,
You inspired us to grow our hair. Do you know that, Langa?
no,
You literally
I had no
inspired us
idea.
to grow our natural hair as well.
nah, that's dope. And my dad copied my style as well. So. Because he actually stopped cutting his hair when I
noticed.
stopped cutting mine as well. But basically what they were doing is they kept saying like, if your hair is not, or let me not say they kept saying that because they never said that. Yes, they would enforce the rule. Your hair, I think the rule says your hair can't touch the tip of your ear or something, something like that. And I wouldn't cut my hair because I just didn't like how I looked when my hair was cut, number one. And when I wouldn't cut my hair, they would accuse me of doing things that I didn't do. So like they would try to frame me for things, you know.
You're kidding me, Langa.
Yeah, so I remember the one time, this is in grade 7. Was it in grade 6 or grade 7? Yeah, anyway, it was in grade 7. Yeah, it was actually in grade 7, I remember. So I was in math, and then on the intercom, they said, no, during assembly in the morning, because it was a Monday morning, and you know, obviously during assembly, it's basically like the whole senior phase or whatever.
Right.
Fine. So during assembly, they said, somebody has done something very wrong, and this person is going to be in so much trouble for doing the thing that they did. I'm sitting there like, yo, this person
is in trouble.
I'm like, this person messed up. Like, how can
going down.
Like, you know. So fine, I go about my day, and then I had math. Math was the first period, so the first class we went to. Fine. Then the intercom comes on. Boop. Langa Masina, please come to the office. Langa Masina, come with your bags. I'm like, my bags? I'm like, okay. Principal is waiting for me. Deputy principal is waiting for me. GED is waiting for me. And they've got papers in their hands, whatever. And I can hear them speaking. I don't know what they say, but like, there is. So fine, I go there. It's so childish. It's so childish. And these are grown adults. Like, so anyway, I get to the office and I'm confused. And they're like, so do you know why we're calling you? And I'm like, no. And I'm on the verge of crying because I literally have no idea because I know I've done nothing wrong.
Oh, no.
So there's this thing that they did at my school where if you had a certain amount of merits, right, for good behavior or neat handwriting or whatever, you get like a 7 Rand tuck shop voucher. But now on the tuck shop voucher, it has your name. So somebody had written my name on all of the tuck shop vouchers.
No.
So they said that I wrote my name on those tuck shop vouchers.
No. So they framed you. You were
framed.
Yeah, to this day, I don't know.
It's like, giving framed.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's not nice.
Maybe it was one of the kids, but I don't know who it would have been because I never had beef with anyone. You get what I'm saying? So now I'm like crying, like, because they are under the impression that I did this and it's my name that's written on this thing.
And it's also like, check the handwriting.
But let me get to that. So I'm crying and they're like, okay, we're going to call your parents. And I'm like, please call my parents because I didn't do this. You get what I'm saying? So my dad came and he was furious. He was furious. He's like, you guys can see that all of the handwriting here is different. There's like 4 different handwritings here. And the funny thing about it is there's about 4 of them who who called me into the office and there's like 4 different handwritings. Like I don't understand it.
Yeah.
So, you know, things like that. And it was never like a small thing. Like they'd always try to frame me for like big things, like things that are like, yo, bro, you're gonna get expelled or we're gonna call the cops on you. Like it got that deep.
Yeah.
Just because I didn't want to cut my hair, you know, because whenever I would cut my hair, I never had any of those other issues. Yeah. So, but it, you know, it also got to a point where I was like, because at this time, no. I think the year before, I had actually told my dad that I want to do music full time and that I wanted to potentially leave school to do music. But at that time, he was like, okay, listen, when it was there actually, I don't know if you remember, we were in Dad's room, and he said I must recite some of my rhymes that I had written. So I had recited them and he's like, okay, I mean, it's good, but it's not at that stage yet, you know, where we can even make that kind of decision. So sharp, 2015 comes and now I'm having all of these issues, you know, they're trying to frame me for things I didn't do and all these kinds of things. And then there also just came a point where I was also just now uninterested in what was happening at school. I just became a naughty kid also. Like I also just started misbehaving with my friends and doing all these. But at that time I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it anyway because
so you started rebelling.
Yeah, so exactly.
You became a little rebel.
So me and my friends were just, you know, doing our nonsense, whatever. And I think end of that year, my dad was like, okay, cool. Let's try out the music thing.
Yeah.
So that's what we did. I never applied for a high school because we had already decided at the end of 2015 that that's what we're gonna do. So, yeah, that's where it stemmed from. Well, or that's part of it. I mean, obviously, I do have a passion for music, so that did play a part. But I mean, you know, if my schooling life was better, I don't know, maybe I would have stayed. You get what I'm saying? If they weren't traumatizing me every single day, you get what I'm saying?
And that's the thing though, I feel, because obviously because I'm an aunt, I'm going to take his side because I know that he was victimized. But I also feel like even just in society as a whole, it's almost like, you know, an afro is considered like a political statement. It's like, how is it political? It's
like,
my natural
dude, it's
hair.
just my
It's
hair.
growing from my head.
It's literally my neck, like it's the hair that's growing out of my scalp. You know what I mean? People make, I think it's like hair is such a thing. Like hair plays such a pivotal part just in people's lives as a whole.
Right.
And even me wearing my natural hair, or whether I have my afro out or whether I have my hair in a ponytail, I'm not making a political statement. I'm just wearing my hair how I prefer to wear my hair.
Like, it's really
got
not
nothing
that
to do
deep.
with where I stand with politics. It's got nothing to do with nothing at all, except for wearing my hair. It's how I like to wear my hair.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Langa, you know, when it comes to family gatherings, I mean, our most recent one was now during Easter. Like, we were all together during Easter, right?
But apparently we're also together after Easter.
After
You
Easter?
sure it wasn't
For what?
After Easter. When you said so?
Yeah, we were.
When?
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
It was Bianca's
okay.
birthday, but we never really spent time together.
Yeah, that was kind of quick.
It was like
it
in
was
and
kind of
out.
quick. So one thing I like about you as my nephew is you always rock up for the family events.
Yeah.
I mean, you're young, you're a youth. I remember when we were your age, we were literally, I was probably driving somewhere or at a gig or somewhere. But I know we never used to really miss the family. Did we miss family events?
Only when we were working.
Only when we were working. No, that's true. But I love and respect that you always rock up for the family events,
stuff.
Langa. Like, why do you do that? You could be literally anywhere.
Those are literally my favorite
Yeah.
things to be a part of. Like,
Wow, Langs.
I get excited for gigs, like for performances and all these kinds of things. But when there's a family gathering, I'm like ultimate excited. Like I really love spending time with everyone, just making new memories and all those kinds of things. And it's just nice. It's just nice to all be in that space and, you know, also to see the bond that we have, because I've got friends who, most of my friends don't have that bond with their families.
Really,
you know what
no?
I'm saying? So it's very important, you know, and it's very special. Like people mustn't they mustn't overlook it. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, because it's crazy what's happening with some other families, hey? Like, and the fact that all of us are alive is also just like
it's fun.
like
It's a blessing.
yes,
It's a
like we've
blessing.
all, every single family gathering,
Yeah.
like it's always the same people, and we're all healthy, we're all present. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know, like I love being with my cousins, catching up with them, and also I think that's another thing, because I am a bit quiet. When I'm with KP and PZ,
Right.
you know, I
Those ones.
can talk. You
Yeah.
get what
Yeah.
I'm saying, and really get some stuff.
KP and PZ, please tell them who that is. Tell the gifties who that is.
that's-
Yeah.
It's our cousins. Yeah,
It's Fortune's
my
son
cousins.
and Quentin's son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when I'm with my cousins overall, I mean not just the two of them, but
Right.
when I'm with any of my cousins, you know, we get along so well.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Yeah.
I just enjoy being with family.
Yeah, and it's also very commendable because you've got a younger brother, Mpefi. We also speak about Mpefi all the time, and it's you model a good you're a good representation of what a brother should be.
Yeah.
Faith, that's what I actually want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I try to
think
be,
Yeah,
and-
you're a cool big brother, and I
The
love
thing
to
is,
see you with him.
With Mpefi, you know, it's actually funny. I feel like recently he's had this obsession with like spending time with me.
Oh, cute.
And he never had that, like ever. It's probably like as recent as maybe a month ago. I don't know what it is, but there's just something that's switched in his mind, and he's like, yo, I need to spend some time with my brother, you know? So, but I also try to be hard on him. You get what I'm saying? Because at the same time, I live in a house with, the only guys are me and my dad.
Yeah.
You know, everyone else is a lady.
Yes.
And because he's a mommy's boy, he's become so soft. You get- yeah,
He's
but
6 years old,
he's
Langa.
6, he is.
Six.
But there's some things that he needs to understand at
About
the same
life.
time. You get what I'm saying? So, and I feel like also when I was younger, because I was such a mommy's boy as well.
Yes,
Word.
you are.
When I still might be to this day.
Yeah, you
to
still are.
To be honest, I still might be. But that also kind of negatively impacted me in school in a way that like I always kind of felt like I was too similar to my mom, in the sense that like I couldn't play games with boys my age even, because I would get hurt easily. And they wouldn't. Like we'd be playing like
snap.
open gates and would be like rugby tackling each other, and I'm the only one who ends up crying.
Oh, no.
You get what I'm saying? Or I have a fight with my friend and I'm the one who ends up crying and he's not crying. And I don't want that from Pef. You get what I'm saying? Because I also know what that feels like just as a
Yeah.
guy. It's like you don't want to be weak, and you know, and yes, he's young, but you know, it's the first 5 years of his life have been like that.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
His
Where he's
formative
been
years.
Literally. Yeah.
Formative years has been like that. So it
Yeah.
is what it is.
Yes, so sometimes I like to be hard on him, you know, like when we're playing around and
And you're so
Playing
rough with him
games.
sometimes. And he's like, Auntie Dano. I'm like, Mpefi, what's wrong? He's like, Langa hate me. And then obviously now I'm in like auntie mode. I'm like, Langa, what did you do? And then, but the thing is, he likes to like play box as well. And then
He
like,
does.
Oh, I've seen him
That-
punch.
he
He
does.
also
and
throws
then he'll
punches.
He'll punch, and then when you two start doing it, I'm like, you know what? Someone here is gonna end up getting hurt, and I know what's going to happen. I already see the ending before it even began. Gutilo is gonna
Yeah.
end up crying, and he likes to pick on you. Also, he's the one that starts to punch.
the thing is he is.
Yeah, he
He's
likes
the
to
bully.
start-
He's
he likes
actually
to
the
punch
bully.
fight. He likes to play fight.
Most times I encourage him. Like I'm just like, you know, yo, Pep, but every now and again I must just, just to show him, just to
Yeah.
show him, you know, because
Because life
he also
can also
mustn't get
throw
the
one
wrong
of these.
idea.
Yeah.
He also mustn't get the wrong idea. And I tell him
Yeah.
like, hey, Mpev, That's not how life works, bro.
Yes,
you know, and that's just how it is. You win some, you lose some. But you must also know, as much as you're strong and whatever, you must know that there are bigger dogs out there. You get what
that's
I'm
so
saying?
true.
Yeah.
That's so true.
But it's not even, it's not to belittle him or anything. It's just to show him. You know, because like I said, I don't want him to go to primary school and play games with other boys and he's struggling. You get what I'm saying?
But so we are there for that kind of thing.
Yeah. And it's commendable because you're so hands-on with him, you know, and because in, like we were talking about it earlier, we live in a society where it's almost like, you know, like people are not, it's like frivolous. People are just so like empty, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like because you're there for him, he gets to see, there's nothing better to have somebody that you love in your life present in it, you know? And there's so many misconceptions about your generation. I'm at 2000 because I see it on TikTok. Everybody's always making these videos about I'm at 2000 and all these things. So what do you think the misconceptions are? Because I have my own misconceptions about I'm at 2000. I won't even lie to you. And most of my nephews and nieces, I'm at 2000. So what is it that you feel maybe we may feel about you or even society really? What do you think are the misconceptions or the stereotypes about you guys that you feel it doesn't apply to everybody? Or maybe you, what doesn't apply to you? Let's rather speak about you. What doesn't apply to you from all the stereotypes that you know?
Well, to be honest, I'm not too sure because right now I don't really know what the stereotypes are anymore. I feel like back in the day they were more evident, but right now it's like, you know, a lot of people my age are becoming famous, a lot of them are becoming rich, a lot of them are becoming independent so early.
Right.
So right now there isn't really much of that misconception, and also it could also just be the content that I consume. You get what I'm saying? Maybe for you guys it's different because you're a generation up, so maybe you guys do get that kind of content where you are hearing about the stereotypes. So you'd have to tell me about some of them.
Yeah.
Because I'm not familiar.
Us, like they'd say, the millennials, they'd say we're lazy. Like that was a big thing, especially even when we were youth.
Okay. So based on that,
do you get that?
Yeah. So they definitely do have that misconception that we are lazy.
Oh wow.
Because I mean, also people are also moving out of home on average at a later age than what you guys did.
And I don't think there's anything to do with laziness. I think that's healthy. You know?
Well, I mean, I know that the economy is a major
the cost of living
major
is
thing
crazy.
because I mean, back then you could work a 9 to 5, like a simple. Let me not even say like a 9 to 5, but like because when I say 9 to 5, it kind of sounds like an office job. I'm trying to think of like you could be a petrol attendant and you could buy a house with that salary.
With that money.
Today you can't do that. You get what I'm saying? So obviously there's that to take into consideration. But also when I think about that, I feel like also we do have a lot more opportunities than you guys did. You get what I'm saying? I do think so. Because I mean now there's so many ways to make money on the internet, whether it's like crypto, it's forex, it's e-commerce, you get what I'm saying. And I don't know if, well, let me not say I don't know. I do know you guys didn't have that back in the day because I mean,
like, geez, how old do you think we are?
We just turned 41.
Yeah, so I think there's that balance, you know. So I don't think that we're too different from you guys in that sense. I feel like even though the economy is the way it is and it might be more difficult to move out of home, I do think that the opportunities do balance it out. You get what I'm saying?
I agree there. So, I agree. But I also feel like please don't feel pressure to move out of home.
No, I do. I do.
You feel pressure.
Langa,
yes.
You're 20, like Langa,
you're 22. You literally just turned 22.
Yeah, but you know, the other day I was sitting here and I was like, I said to my parents, I'm turning 23 this year. And I was like, no, that's too old. I feel like...
Too old for what? Explain, too old for what?
Yeah, please.
No, like, I just feel like it's old. I'm just like...
No.
So what do you think of us at 41? Are we like...
fossils?
No, like, old for me. Old for me. Like, I feel like... I don't know.
This is
like,
for you.
I don't think 40 is old. Right. Look, I think context is also very important.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think
Langa doesn't want to offend us. Like, you can hear what he's trying to do.
Whatever.
no, yeah, context is very important. But like, I don't know. Maybe it's also just comparisons.
It
You know,
is
maybe I'm comparing myself to other people my age who have.
Yeah,
As
don't fall for the trap.
as your peers do.
Yeah,
know?
so I think that's just the main thing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, now that I'm actually hanging out with more people, I actually realize that, bro, relax.
Yeah.
Relax.
Like, you know,
Relax.
because it's like not everybody has it figured out.
Yeah.
I actually asked you that question.
Yes, on the gift of 40.
You can check it out to
Yes,
put it in
like-
the cards.
Yeah, because everybody seems to have it all figured out. You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
because I'm here and I'm like living at home, I put pressure on myself because I'm like, everybody has it figured out and I don't. You get what I'm saying? So
No. Your brother needs you. Your sisters need you. Your mom and your dad still need you. It's like, how can I put it? You never, because remember, it's almost like when you're younger, you're chasing something that you want. It's almost like chasing a rainbow. You can't catch a rainbow. And then when you have that thing, you think, oh, okay, I want to get something else. Or maybe the thing that you've gotten doesn't make you happy or doesn't give you the fulfillment that you thought it would give you.
Yeah.
But I do believe that everything should be done in its time. So like you were speaking about earlier on, you're like, look, should I ever get a ride? The first ride that I want is this ride, you know, because that's what you have said for yourself.
Yeah.
So, and even us, I feel like don't ever force things. And this is just not for you. This is also for me, like in life, Nje. Don't force. If you're 22 years old and you can't afford to live on your own, don't force it.
Yeah.
Because all it does is just create even more anxiety. So now you're alone. Now you have to do the rent and the electricity and the what-whats and the what-whats that come with it. It's like so much more stress. And I'm not saying you should stay home and the youth should just all stay home and be with their parents and become bums. I'm like, while the opportunity is there, you can serve in other ways. Like, I mean, you're serving us as your aunts. You serve us and you serve your siblings and your parents. So I feel like don't even feel the pressure, because you will come to a natural. It'll happen naturally on its own, you know, without having to feel like, am I doing enough? Should I be doing this? So because life is like that. Just from a 40-something-year-old, life.
I see to 40 for man.
Yeah, you know, like I can't explain it because I'm a bit older than you, but it's almost like life will naturally, if you grow up and you mature and you use wisdom, because we hope that with age, wisdom comes with it, because age doesn't mean anything with wisdom, but that's a story for another day. But when you walk with wisdom and you seek wisdom daily, you tend to you'll find that things will fall naturally into place for you.
yeah.
Like, so that even like when it comes to marriage or having kids or this, it just comes naturally, you know. So don't even let that stuff get to you. Don't even watch what other people are doing, because really, guys, social media, people just lie. You know,
That's true. That's
Now
true.
you-
But what we do like is that you try new things. And I think you in that age, and the gift of youth is that.
yeah.
Trying a lot of things. It's not to
Try.
say when you're our age you can't try anything anymore.
Yeah.
But this is the age when you should literally be experimenting. Try this.
Yeah.
You know?
Everything.
So
Try
I'm glad
don't-
you
Don't try everything.
Yeah.
don't try everything. but
Please don't try
like,
everything.
Yeah.
Like literally, like try everything. Like whatever it is that you feel like, actually, I want to skydive. Go do it.
Yeah.
Or I wanna go to the moon. Go to the moon. You know, like I wanna.
But come back.
Just do it. Like just do it, because I mean. Unlike now, you're 40, now you want to do it now, you know, breaking a leg at this age. It's a lot of things, you know. There's just some things that you'd rather try when you're your age than when you want to try it when you're older. Not to say that you can't try it when you're older, but some things do become more difficult, like no lies, you know.
Yeah. Oh, this was dope. What do you think?
Yeah.
So you wanna sign us
fine.
out?
No, wait. Ask him, Langa.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you want to say? Because look, these like, it's not just our gifties; it's also your gifties. What do you want to say to them? You have to have a message.
I have to.
Yes,
Yes.
But the other guests don't have messages.
but it's not their gifties.
No, you know what it is? I think because it's a powerful episode. The
Yeah,
gift
it's
of
a
youth.
gift of
Like
youth,
you,
and-
as a youth, you don't understand how much power you have.
Yeah, you
So-
literally have the whole world in your hands right now.
Yeah.
The whole world is your oyster.
So this is your moment. Just say something. It doesn't have to be for the young people or for
Or
the old
anything.
people.
Just-
Just anything that you want to close off with.
yeah.
You can't open the episode by saying I'm quiet, then force me to say something.
That's the thing.
Okay.
Because for the past 5 minutes, it's just been you and me, and Langa's just been like, Okay, no, but we get it though. But thanks for coming, Langa. Thanks for making time for us.
Thanks, it was fun.
And thanks for wearing purple.
Oh, thanks for matching with us.
Yes,
thanks for matching with us, because Uncle Fortune didn't match with us, but you matched with us. Thank you.
And we'll plug your sound business because you're doing well. Congratulations. We'll plug it at the end of the episode as well.
Yeah.
The gift of youth. Yeah.
Happy
Ours is
birthday.
finished, but yours has just begun. Enjoy your youth, huh?
Yes. Peace out, kiddies. Let's go. I'll be back behind the camera for the next episode.
Yeah.
Please check the sound. Is it? Did we record this whole
How's the
episode?
sound? Are you sure, Wendy? Yes, pie.